Cool. Live and direct from Studio J. It's lovely to see you again. What you saying? The Bucks have done it, and I was wrong. I was very, very wrong about the OKC Thunder. I mean, not very wrong. I don't really remember what I said. I don't know if I said anything like turbo analytical. So last night, it was the NBA Cup. Wasn't a great showing for the OKC Thunder, man. Like, they shot themselves into hell, and then they shot themselves in the foot, and then shot themselves back into hell. 5 for 32 from 3. I think that's the story of this one. That's the tale. There's not really much else. You couldn't find the shooting. Whilst in the first half, it remained pretty close because, they're playing good defense. They're able to keep everything on a leash and everything going. It's fine. That third quarter pulls up. That third quarter comes in quick, and they just lost the grip on the game. It just became a point of, let's look at the play-by-play. So this third quarter, right? Turnover, steal, okay. Turnover, miss. If that's the one where he gets, hit on the head or some shit. Yeah, it's Shea pull-up, miss. It's these moments where it's 69-57, 69-60. And yes, this was the one, I think this was the second three they made in the whole game. And it came at 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. But relatively close until this cuts down to 5, and then it just slowly regrows. And that third quarter just broke it. That was the moment where the Bucks understood. The Bucks got it now. I understand it now.
Okay, I understand it now.
I don't know. For OKC, they're a kind of team that would want to load up on your stars on defense and make sure that they can't get themselves going. But the problem is that in order to do that, you have to keep both of their stars locked down and then hope that their role players don't show up. The problem is both things went wrong. I think in that first half, 52 out the total 59 points assisted by Giannis and Dame. They were in the game, they were flowing, and they were getting other people involved. There were a lot of high-low pick and rolls, high-low moves between Brook Lopez and Giannis, and just getting themselves in the game. The Bucks completely invalidated this OKC game plan. They couldn't stop him. And yes, you have the wall, the Giannis protector, the Great Wall of Oklahoma. Cool, but it's Giannis, and I just don't think they're big enough to deal with him. And I think that's the big problem. Giannis is in such great form right now. There was that stat where it's he shot over 50% with 20 plus points for this whole season. To go from the beginning of the season where people were calling for his neck and saying Giannis needs to be traded to this, oh man, what this must feel great for him. Winning the NBA Cup is not the biggest achievement in the world, but it's still something. We'll do a little bit of box score watching. Dame had a great game. 50% from the field, 50% from 3, 23 points total, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Giannis, 26, 19, and 10. What a dominant game. 0 threes, ethical basketball. I want to shout out Andre Jackson Jr. He didn't shoot that great. You can see by the box score here, right? But what he was able to do against Shea, and I think players like this are really good to have, where it's you're a long, tall defender. Just stick him on Shea. Because Shea can beat up on a Dame Lillard because he's just bigger and taller than him. When you don't have that advantage, it does get a bit harder. So he had a great game. AJ Green played really well. Gary Trent Jr. really came out in that second half and was a big catalyst for what they were doing and how the lead began to balloon. So overall, just a great game for them. Jalen Williams disappointed me a bit. I don't know. I think 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. It's not a disappointment. I think that's a bit hyperbolic. I don't know. I just expected more. Even with Shea, 8 of 24, 2 of 9 from 3, 21 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. I saw ESPN broadcast talk about this, but it really felt like Shea needed help. And whilst I agree, they shot like shit. And obviously, if you shoot like this, you're probably not going to win. But I think it's hard to say Shea needed help when Shea really kind of wasn't helping himself in a way. I don't know, it just felt like, yes, as a team, you couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. But also, it felt like you, as a team, weren't getting the looks to get any sort of rhythm going. It felt like you get one basket or a couple free throws, and then it's silent. It's crickets for a bit. Until you get your second one and you're okay, cool. And then your momentum is so all over the place. Whereas the Bucks, it was going and going. Giannis, come here, play defense. Giannis, run down the court, get a bucket. Dame, here's a kick out 3. What Like, it was a great game from the Bucks. I think another thing that's worth bringing up in this as well is purely the fact that Giannis managed to do this against the best defense in the league, right? Statistically, OKC has been playing the best defense. Do they have the tools to stop a Giannis Antetokounmpo? Maybe not. But Giannis was doing a little bit of everything, as shown by the triple-double, as mentioned earlier, right? 19 rebounds, great rebounding performance, 15 off defensive, I think. And then the 10 assists as well from Giannis. Like, this, I didn't really say it as much earlier as I really should have, but this is a hell of a performance for Giannis. This is a I came to play today performance. And also just like maybe that rebound number is a tiny bit inflated, just purely based off the fact of the OKC Thunder's poor shooting, but 19 rebounds is still 19 rebounds. I'm just going down the Reddit thread now about this, and it's like, yeah, it feels like a week ago the Bucks had 2 wins, Doc was going to be fired, Giannis traded, Dame center retirement. It's so funny that everything just changed in the span of like a month, it seems. Just want to react to some other things. Yeah, he made OKC look very small. They just don't have a big lineup to deal with Giannis. I think that's the big matchup problem there. In my head was like, okay, maybe you can't stop Giannis. You can stop everyone else though, right? Turns out, no, they couldn't. Is this a Giannis MVP year? I think it's definitely a race. It's between Jokic and Giannis. And I think it might just come down to who has the better regular season placing. If Giannis is like, maybe not first in the East, but second in the East, and Jokic is, 3-6 or 4-6 or play-ins, then yeah, 1,000,000,000%, I think it's such a toss-up between them. You can look at advanced stats all you want for games like these, and whilst like there is something to gain here for looking into these, it's just one of those games where they just couldn't. It can be chalked up pretty easily by shooting 4 of 28 or 5 of 28, whatever they shot, there's no reason to deep dive too much in this because we kind of know the reason. You just couldn't figure it out from a fan's point of view. That is like, as OKC, I'm sure there is a lot to come back from this game where it's not just the case of, all right, we'll get him next time. The game plan didn't work out the way they wanted it to, especially defensively, and like you couldn't find a way to stop Giannis. Maybe that gets better when Chet comes back. I don't know, but another body is still another body. Who knows? It's a game plan that can work. It just didn't work in this. And Giannis is just hard to stop. And if you have to commit to Giannis, you're going to leave Dame open. And I guess that's how this video is going to end. Because I don't really know any more that you can say. As great as OKC have been this season, and as much expectation that we as fans put on them, that not just fans, but pundits and the media and everyone else put on them, this was a rough one. Because a lot of people expected OKC to just come out and win this. I sure as hell did. I was wrong. Anyway, on that bombshell, this is an episode of Top Gear, but on that note, thank you for watching. I think that's all I really have to say about this series. NBA Cup is done. Giannis is a champion. If you like the video, leave a like. That'll be great. That'll be great. Clicking that subscribe button is also free, so go slap that once. Don't do it twice, because then you'll subscribe. Yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully we'll get back into some more like 2K content, because that was always fun to do. Long to make, fun to do. OBS has been giving me hell. But anyway, thank you for watching. Love you. See you. Oh wait, hold on. One last thing. Doc Rivers is now a champion again. He has won another championship in the NBA. Specifically, not another NBA championship. And also, Darvin Ham is 14-0 in the NBA Cup. All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.